What's going on, you guys? My name is Noel. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification down below so that you get notified when I upload new videos. It's that easy. Yeah. And I'm back with another Bad Girls Club video.
Thank you, God. And you're gonna always get it again and again and again, because these bitches can't.
Yo, y'all know it was coming. It was coming. We're doing another Honest Opinions, and this time I'm gonna talk about Bad Girls Club Season 11. If you watch my older Bad Girls Club 11 videos, I took them down. They're private now because they're cringy and horrible, and they didn't get that many views anyway. But you will know that Bad Girls Club Season 11 was the first season of Bad Girls Club I ever watched. Literally, when I discovered what Bad Girls Club was, freshman year of high school, Season 11 was currently airing. And after that, I just fell in love with the show, and I just like, it's so funny because people hate Season 11, but like, I ended up going back and watching all of Season 11. I think Season 11 is the season that I've watched the most out of all the Bad Girls Club seasons, and then I just went to watch more seasons and the seasons after that, and I was just in love with the show. Enough of that rant, so let's get into the video real quick. So here are my honest opinions about BGC Season 11.
I sensed tension and came as fast as I could.
So my first honest opinion is that Sarah was definitely picking at Gigi. She was. I know Sarah's y'all fave. I know she's like with a fan favorite of Season 11, her and Janelle. But Sarah was picking at Gigi. She was picking at that girl. Gigi was not bothering her. Gigi said one comment while she was drunk about replacements being stronger than originals. And plus the girls got Gigi drunk with like taking fake shots with her. So y'all wanted her to get drunk and say stuff so that y'all got a reason to be mad. But nobody else jumped down Gigi's throat but Sarah. Their entire beef was Sarah's fault. Sarah was picking at her. Before I go any further, just so you guys know, I just want to say that, once again, I don't know these girls personally. I have no personal vendetta against any of the bad girls. They are, you know, they're all lovely young women. Some of them made some bad mistakes. It is what it is. It was years ago. This is just purely for entertainment. Some of them have families. Some of them are married. So there's no need for me to drag anybody. I'm not going to get on. I know some people who like review Bad Girls Club and do reactions, like call them out their name and see how much they hated them and how they wanted to fight them and beat them up. But I'm not going to do that. Plus, I'm a grown man, and that's really childish, and there's a way to talk about the show and be respectful. So I'm going to be as respectful as possible. That's just my goal. I'm not going to get on this big red app and disrespect women for views. My next honest opinion is that Janelle really messed up when she called the entire house broke hoe. If you guys remember, Janelle, like, she was telling people like, hey, I don't want to share my juice. Like, can y'all get different juice? Like, I don't want all y'all using my juice to chase shots. Especially because you're like trying to give shots to like 5 different people, which she's completely right about. So, but the issue was like Tiana poured the water on Janelle. Tiana straddled her over the bed and poured water on her. Was picking with her, and then Janelle was like, my weave cost over $1,000, y'all broke hoe.
My sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now.
And that's what she messed up, because Janelle wasn't, like, the whole house didn't pour water on her. Like, of course, they, like, sat around and they watched and stuff, and I mean, Shanae did try to stop Tiana while she was, like, laughing, but, like, Janelle should have directed that energy at Tiana. I feel like had she said, she should have been like, Tiana, my weave costs over $1,000. You're a broke hoe. You gotta pour water on me. But since she addressed the whole house, I feel like she made herself target #1 and made herself an enemy and everybody else. And I mean, do I think that would have changed the outcome of the season? No, I don't think the girls were really feeling Janelle, period. I mean, I think the only thing that would have changed was that Teresa would have befriended Janelle longer than she actually did, but I think they would have put her out eventually because they just didn't like her and she wasn't vibing. If it wasn't the juice, it was gonna be something else. Okay, so this next opinion is probably gonna get me dragged.
Think about the comments, they are not on your side. So I advise you.
Listen to my full explanation. Listen, if you disagree with this one, it is okay. I know this is like super unpopular, but you can completely disagree with me. Don't drag me, but I mean, if I'm getting dragged, you're getting views. So let's talk about it. Monet actually like didn't jump anybody during the season. Here, let me explain. So let's go to the first fight. Sarah versus the house. Sarah and Monet were fighting one-on-one, and then Tiana, Mylin, and Gigi pulled her hair from behind. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that Monet was in the bushes trying to jump Sarah when it got crazy. And I mean, honestly, that footage is so like, with all the effects and the colors, it's so hard to tell what's happening. I'm pretty sure like Tiana, Mylin were the ones in the bushes trying to get Sarah, but I don't remember Monet running up trying to get her. But like Monet was fighting Sarah one-on-one, and the other girls jumped in. So Monet did not jump Sarah. Then there's the Janelle fight. The only person who jumped in that fight was Teresa. Teresa jumped in and pulled Janelle's hair and like tried to kick her. I mean, Shanae was trying to break it up. Now, Monet did run up in the room and she did mush Janelle and pushed her. So that was wrong. Like, she could have easily like pried her off or like pulled Gigi off. Like, she didn't have to push her that aggressively. So she's wrong for that, but I don't consider a push jumping, but I know people have different definitions for like what jumping someone is. So that's up for debate. And then the Shanae fight, and Jasmine A did run in and she attempted to jump Shanae, but security pulled her off, and Jasmine A even says in her interview, I ran up trying to fight Shanae and I got carried out by security. So she didn't jump Shanae. She attempted to, but she didn't jump her. And then the last fight with Haley getting jumped, Jasmine A was fighting Haley one-on-one, and then Benzie, Tiana, Gigi, Stephanie, all of them jumped in. And Jasmine A said it in her interview, and she said it in other interviews, like Jasmine A stated like for some reason whenever she got in a fight with somebody, everyone else would jump in. And I mean, in the heat of the moment with adrenaline and you're fighting, you're not going to be able to play security and fight somebody. Like, she's trying to swing on Haley and she's trying to block Benzie. It's not working. So, through all those technicalities, it's my opinion that Jasmine A didn't jump anyone. From what we saw, from the footage we saw, there could have definitely been other footage that was cut out. Who knows? You are more than welcome to disagree with me. I'm not saying this opinion to say that you gotta like Jasmine A, that you gotta vindicate her, that those of you who disliked her for so many years have to like go online and like apologize to her and send her a letter. I'm not saying that whatsoever, because she definitely did a lot of things that were wrong. I'm just saying that as far as jumping, when a lot of the jumping was happening, Jasmine A was fighting someone one-on-one, and then the wolf pack jumped in. And we didn't see any footage of her asking them to jump in, so I can't really say that you can't really say that she planned it or anything. But if you disagree, that's okay. That's okay. The next opinion is that Haley should have been saved for season 12. And period. And I'm gonna tell you why. So the reason why I say this is because Jasmine A stated on her interview that like the shooting of season 11, the end, got extended because the producers felt like they didn't have enough footage to do a season finale. They were there longer than they were supposed to be. And basically, the way Jasmine A put it was that the production asked them that they wanted to get a new girl or they were gonna turn it the last week. If they voted, the girls voted for a new girl. And my whole thing is like, one, Haley was only there for a whole week. I don't feel like a whole week, the week before you leave, is not like a really good Bad Girls Club experience. Like, who wants to be at Bad Girls Club for an entire week? Who wants to be like the 7th or 8th replacement? No one. And then on top of that, like the production, you knew that these girls have like jumped several girls and kicked out a bunch of replacements. You knew that. So why would you bring this new girl in knowing? I feel like the production set up Haley as a sacrificial lamb so that she could get beat up and ragtagged and abused for an entire week so that they could get their final footage and their final fight to end the season. And they did. Because y'all have seen them jump girls numerous times. And y'all didn't punish Gigi and Stephanie for jumping Shanae. I mean, you sent Teresa home for jumping, but y'all didn't send Mylin home for jumping Sarah. So like, you didn't send her home until she clawed the girl's eyes out. So like production, like you knew these girls were gonna jump. You knew it. You brought that girl in to get beat up for an entire week so that you can get your footage, and that was wrong. And honestly, y'all already picked her for the show, so y'all knew that y'all liked her personality. Just drop the girl on season 12 as an original, or make her the first replacement on season 12. Okay, so my next opinion is that out of the wolf pack, I think that Jasmine A and Gigi and Tiana got the most backlash out of all of them. And just from what I saw, like I said, when I was watching Bad Girls Club, I was like heavily on the BGC page, like religiously, because I was bored and I was like into the show a lot. And when season 11 was airing, a lot of fans were like, they were dragging Jasmine A. They were saying she looked like a rat. They were talking about her lace fronts. They were dragging Tiana. They were dragging the mess out of Gigi, you know, for reasons. You know, you can't get mad at fans for like not liking someone's behavior, but they, you know, there was a lot of aggression, a lot of hate. But I feel like Jasmine A and Tiana and Gigi got the largest amount of backlash. And I think it's because, one, Teresa left early and she got sent home for jumping, so like she had the least amount of episodes to be problematic. Stephanie, I mean, no shade to Stephanie, but I don't think a lot of fans remember her. Plus there's been multiple Stephanies on Bad Girls Club, so it's like if you say Stephanie from Bad Girls Club, you gotta ask which season. 10, 11, or 16. And then on top of that, Tiana got to go on Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle 2, and fans got to see like a lot more of a vulnerable side of her and like a lot nicer side, and see her be like, you know, fun and relaxing and vulnerable, and she wasn't always fighting all the time and turning up. So like, I feel like she kind of got her, and she won, so she kind of got her like redemption arc sorta on All-Star Battle 2. So I feel like because of that, Jasmine A and Gigi definitely got like the most backlash from the fans, in my opinion. From what I saw, I just saw people dragging them and Tiana won All-Star Battle 2, so she kind of like got her redemption arc. And I mean, of course, I'm sure there's people who don't like Tiana, but like I feel like Tiana really did kind of get a redemption arc, sorta. I feel like a lot of fans got to warm up to her. Okay, so my next unpopular opinion is that the girls, the wolf pack, to be specific, were way too defensive at the reunion. Now, I know a couple of girls have like confirmed that like they filmed the reunion like a couple of months after the last episode and after filming wrapped, but I'm not sure how many episodes aired before the reunion. So I'm not sure if they were like getting dragged, because I don't think they jumped Sarah until like episode 3 or 4. So I don't know how much hate they were getting, but I know me. If I was them, I would have came to the reunion so nice, so sweet. I'd have been giving out apologies to everybody.
Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. They love you.
So that I don't get dragged by the fans, because the fans to this day are still on their necks. Baby girl. Okay. And then it didn't help the fact that like they didn't apologize to Janelle. They didn't apologize to Sarah. And then Gigi and Stephanie gave a really half apologies to Shanae. They were just kind of like, yeah, I was wrong, yada yada, we did this, oh, it is, I learned, yada yada. But like they said it very like rapid fire and like very like bluntly, like, oh yeah, we apologize, yada yada yada, it is what it is. Like it wasn't like a Shanae, we're sorry for jumping you, we're sorry for hurting you. Like they weren't, it didn't seem genuine. They were like very defensive. And the fact that they didn't even admit, they refused to acknowledge that Janelle got jumped. Like the only person who got a sincere apology was Haley. And it was just like, come on now. I'm not saying that like they deserve hate forever and that they deserve like death threats or like threats of physical violence or like getting called ugly and yada 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 every single day. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is they didn't close the show in a good way. They didn't. Their image would have been helped through a good apology. My next honest opinion is that Benzi's beef with Shanae had to be one of the dumbest beefs. Like definitely like top 10.
They know, girl, did you?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Like she literally was mad at Shanae for being sad and wanting to go home. The fact that Benzi was just so mad that the girl was sad and went home. And then she's like, well, you took someone else's spot. Like, girl, who cares? Like, you were there. You got picked. It's not like Shanae took your spot and you never made it on the season. They picked you. They picked you, girl. And then even after Shanae left, Haley came. So, like, another replacement came, girl. Like, it's not like they added people. It's not like once Shanae left, it was just the rest of y'all. Like, they added more people to the show. So I just couldn't understand why she was so mad. Like, did you really want, like, a third replacement to come in? It was just very dumb. Are you gonna beat someone up because they're sad and homesick? Like, that's really stupid. My very last honest opinion is that the last 2 episodes of BGC 11 really assassinated like Jasmine's character. And what I mean by that is like, I'm not saying that like production's like the whole blame for what Jasmine did and like how she was portrayed. Because I mean that played a part in it, but like Jasmine is a grown woman. She did what she did. Like they can't make up footage. They take the footage of what they had. But like I'm just saying, like if you were a hardcore Jasmine fan throughout the entire season 11, those last two, you have to admit those last 2 episodes did not let Baby Girl look good. Baby Girl was not looking good in those 2 episodes. Them packing Haley's stuff up and throwing it out in the water, even after Haley said that she would clean everything up herself and she would buy cleaning supplies and that she apologized. They threw her stuff out in the water, messed up. And then her going to Tiana and saying the last day, we gotta wake Haley up out of her room and just start beating her. Like, just beat the girl out of bed. And then I don't know how it came off. I don't know, I don't know how any conversations that happened between Jasmine and Tiana. But the way the show edited it, it looked like once Tiana was like, Jasmine, I'm not gonna fight her, because Haley bought Tiana a bottle. If someone buys you a bottle of liquor for your birthday after you beat them up, if you fight them again, you're just a horrible person. Like there's just no excuse. So it looked like once Tiana said she wasn't on board, that Jasmine was kind of like, okay, I guess I won't fight the girl on my own. Not saying that's not saying that is the case. If Jasmine ever sees this, which I doubt she will, but if she ever sees this, I'm not saying that's the case. But I'm saying that's how it looked. That's how it looked. Didn't look good. Wasn't looking good. And yeah, those are my honest opinions on BGC 11. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please give us a thumbs up. It helps me out. Gets it out there to more people. The last video, got a decent amount of views in like a short time. So I'll keep doing these because it's bringing people to the channel and I appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in, rocking with me, watching my video. It means so much to me. I appreciate it a lot. And I will see you in the next video.
Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big dope dealing money, he was getting some coins. Wasn't shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace. Bought me Alexander McQueen, he was keeping